Hello, good morning to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining today's session and thank you for being here early enough. We were just giving you a few minutes for you to join. Thank you to each and every one of you who's made time to be part of today's session. And just to introduce myself to anyone who's joining us probably for the first time, my name is Caroline Gadoni Morioki. I will be your trainer for today. And today we'll just be discussing more on the digital marketing plan so that we can get to understand what exactly that entails. And then we also have time to reflect and also just think about our businesses. So even as we continue, you'll know what exactly we mean when you're talking about digital marketing and also the areas that you can go ahead and take advantage of. Perfect. Thank you so much for being here, Bonnie. I'd like each and everyone who's joining, please go ahead and introduce yourself on chat. I see we have Bonnie Shuba. You're already here bright and early. Good morning, Bonnie. I know it's a bit cold today, this early morning. Please do make sure that you have yourself a cup of coffee and you're warm and ready and excited to learn today. So welcome, welcome, welcome. My moderator of the day or our moderator of the day will be Brian Tucker. So Brian is on chat. He's going to go ahead and interact with you on chat. So as we proceed, if you have any question, any concern, you can go ahead and drop it on chat, and he's going to go ahead and answer. So he's very interactive. Make sure that you go ahead and you also share your comments. If something stands out for you during this session, then definitely go ahead and let us know on chat. I see we have quite a number of faithful people who are joining today. We have Mike Odhiambo. Good morning, Mike. Thank you so much for making time to be part of this session, and thank you for always being here. And then you've also mentioned your business, which is Home Shop Enterprises Limited, and you deal with building civil, water, and sanitation construction, and you're based in Mombasa, Kenya. In Mombasa, probably you're having some better weather as compared to us. So we today I think the degrees are way below 10. Yeah, in Nairobi it's very 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 cold. Karibu sana. Bwana Mike kutoka Mombasa, yeah? And then we have Stephanie. Stephanie, thank you so much for making time to be part of this session. And you say you deal in value addition of herbs and spices as well as community development. Perfect, perfect. I encourage all of you to also share links to your websites and also to maybe your social media pages, so that if someone wants to go ahead and just visit your page, they can get to learn more about what you do and what you deal in your business. So go ahead, and as you introduce yourself, remember this is also an opportunity to network. Make sure you also share that on chat. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Anyone who's joining us right now, please go ahead and introduce yourself on chat. Even as we proceed, I'd like to just get to know who's in the room, so that I can also acknowledge you as we continue to learn. So I did see Stephanie said, good morning, excited for today's session. I'm also excited for today's session, Stephanie, and I hope you're all ready to learn. So I'd like us to just get started. And today, as I said, we'll be talking about digital marketing plan, all right? So this will be an intro session of what digital marketing is. All right, it's also an opportunity for you to reflect on your business, what you have done previously, what you can do after the information that you're going to receive. And also it will be an opportunity for you to also get to learn more about the channels that you've not probably explored, so that you can go ahead and use this knowledge to grow your business. Okay, so at the end of this session, we want to make sure that one, we understand what digital marketing is, we know why it's useful for our businesses. Okay, and then we also devise our own digital marketing plan based on the steps that we are going to share. And then at the end, we're going to discuss the top tips to harness the power of digital advertising once we've understood the channels that are there and also what each channel entails. All right, so before we get started on the content, I want us to just go ahead and just take note of this particular event. And this is Google Hustle Academy Bootcamp, all right? So this is a bootcamp, 1 week bootcamp that is offered by Google. And for anyone who has not attended the Hustle Academy, I encourage you all to sign up. All right. So this is a 1 week bootcamp. And maybe the question will be, what will you be learning in this 1 week? You learn everything from your business, setting up your business for success, scaling your business. You learn digital marketing. You also learn about funding. Okay, so if you ever thought about maybe getting an investor, the different opportunities of funding that you can actually go ahead and explore, then you need to register for this. And then in the last day, you have an opportunity to also learn about pitching. Okay, so you've already been told the investors that are available. So how can you go ahead and pitch to an investor? All right, so it's an eye-opening 1 week bootcamp that I encourage each and every one of you to go ahead and sign up. And then there's also a bonus apart from the training that you receive. All right, so we have a partner event where we have someone in the industry who's going to just give you more information on how they were able to set up their business and how they were able to go ahead and grow their business. So you have someone in the industry who's going to share all the information and just build up on what you have learned during training. And then on the last day, once you finish the bootcamp, you have an opportunity to get a mentor. All right, so let's say if in your business you're struggling with let's say funding, or maybe you're struggling with digital marketing, or maybe you just want to understand more about pitching. Okay, so you'll get a mentor at the end of the bootcamp, and then you'll have a mentorship session. And through that mentorship session, you get to have a one-on-one conversation from the training. And then there will be one issue or something that you felt specific to your business. You have that addressed at the end of the bootcamp. So go ahead and sign up. My moderator Brian has shared the link on chat. So go ahead and sign up. So there's a qualification for you to attend the bootcamp, but then for anyone, we have quite a number of people in the digital launchpad program who qualify to go ahead and join the program, and they definitely say it's a life-transforming, life-changing event for their businesses. Okay, so go ahead, fill in form, and then once successfully be admitted, and you can join the next cohort that will be trained. So take advantage of the opportunity. Please do not let it go. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. Perfect. So I'd like us to go ahead and get into a bit of what we're discussing today. And as I mentioned, we're just going to have an introduction into digital marketing so that we can get to understand what exactly digital marketing is. Okay. And I know when we talk about digital marketing, probably you have an idea of what exactly digital marketing is. And I'd like you to drop your response on chat. What do you think digital marketing is? Okay. When you think about digital marketing, what comes to your mind? Is it social media? Is it advertisement? When you think about digital marketing, do you think website? What exactly comes to your mind, all right? So share that with Brian, and then we'll pick that on the chat. So let us know what you think digital marketing is. As we continue, I'm just going to give you a brief introduction of what exactly digital marketing is so that we can have that understanding. But before then, I do see we have quite a number of people who've gone ahead and joined us. We have Isaac Obonyo, welcome. I see we have African Native Apparel. Karibu sana Edwin. And then we have Andrew and Ondieki from Kiambu, a life purpose coach. Perfect. Thank you so much for joining. And for anyone who's joining right now, we have Elijah Muredi. Yes. Karibu sana Elijah. We said even as you're introducing yourself, please just go ahead and also drop maybe a link to your website or a link to your social media page so that someone can go ahead and see what exactly you you deal in. So for African native apparel, yeah, you do t-shirt and t-shirt branding. Drop us your link on chat so that someone can go ahead and see what merchandise you're selling, and then someone can actually, you can also get a customer from this particular platform. Yeah, customers are everywhere you are, so make sure that you also drop a link to your page or your website. Perfect. Thank you all for joining, and I want us to go ahead and discuss more on digital marketing. And when you're talking about digital marketing, it concentrates on a wide range use of a wide range of tools, and these are online tools and technology that are actually available. But then the focus should always be on understanding human behavior, all right? And for you as a marketer, or for you as a business person, you might encounter some few new challenges in the digital marketplace, but then those particular challenges provide an opportunity to create personalized and relevant communication and content to develop deep relationship with customers based on ongoing interaction. So when you're talking about digital marketing, is you using the digital tools that are actually provided, and you use those to understand human behavior and create a relationship with the customers or anyone who interacts with those particular tools in relation to what your business does. All right. So we live in a mobile world. All right. The world that we're in right now, it's all mobile. If you needed anything, you definitely go ahead, use your mobile phone so that you can interact with your customers, so that you can also get information. All right. And think about how many people right now are signed up. Yeah, they have a SIM card, they have, let's say, a social media page. How many of those people do we have in the world? And then narrow down maybe to your market. How many of those people do we have in Kenya? Okay, so we have data that actually shows us the number of people who are currently on SIM connections. So we have about 747 million SIM connections in sub-Saharan Africa. So that's just Africa alone. And think about now if we narrow down that number to Kenya. Okay, so think about how many of those people are you actually attracting to your business. Okay, and mobile is particularly changing how we act or how we behave as humans, as I mentioned. All right, so if anyone has never been connected to information before, when they have a mobile phone, they can definitely go ahead and get the information that you need. So think about for your business, how many of those people are you actually reaching? All right, how many people are you reaching on a daily, or even how many people are you able to reach, let's say even if it's 1 year. Okay, so use the data sorry, use the data to guide your own research, your own product research online, and also see how you can go ahead and take advantage of the space that we have, which is the online space. When it comes to digital marketing as well, when you're thinking about the space, the number of people that you are able to reach, and when you're thinking about those opportunities you can actually take advantage of, it's good for you to think about your business. Okay, so having your business in mind and reflecting on what your business does, what opportunities do you think might arise from connecting with customers online? So do you think you will be able to increase your sales? What exactly do you think you'd be able to get by connecting your customers online? I want you to take a moment and reflect on this particular question. What opportunities do you think you can get by connecting with customers online? And this is very important because this will guide you when you're thinking about creating your digital marketing plan. It will be intended to go ahead and actually achieve those, or just achieve those opportunities that you have identified for yourself and for your business. Let's take a look at some of the benefits that cut across any business by being online. Okay, so when you are online and people are able to actually find you online, remember when we talked about digital marketing, it's all the use of online tools that have actually been given to you to maximize and reach your customers wherever they are. Okay, so when you're online, all right, when you have a digital online presence, there are opportunities that will definitely you definitely get as a business. And some of those that cut across any business is one, you get increased reach. And when you're talking about reach, is how many people do you have access to? Okay, so global access, when you're talking about online, it gives you global access, means you have 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. Okay, so let's say, for example, if in Kenya we are asleep, there's another place in the world that's awake. Okay, and they're all on the internet, right? So you have 24 hours access to customers and potential customers at a global scale, right? And when you're talking also about reach, it's you're able to reach the audiences, or the audiences who have not discovered you, for example. Okay, so you allow customers to find your product or your services easily because you have an online presence. And you know what we say, you need, whenever you're thinking about being successful, okay, an opportunity needs to meet you prepared. You need to make sure that you're prepared, and being prepared as a business when it comes to digital marketing is as simple as making sure that you have an online presence. Okay, so you get customers, customers are able to go ahead and find you because you have an online presence. So increased reach is definitely a guarantee for any business that has a digital online presence. And then you get to learn more about your customers, right? So think about the customers that you've ever interacted with. Are you able to go ahead and conduct a consumer or market research? And are you able to keep up with customer demands and trends in your market if you don't have any online presence? The answer to that will be no, because when you're online, remember, if you're offline and your customers are online, you're not meeting each other, right, as you should. So if your customers are online, make sure that you're online. You get to learn about what they like. You will also get to learn about the trends that are actually happening, because you can go ahead and do a market research on what other businesses are doing within the same industry. Okay, so when you're online, you learn more about your customers than when you're offline. And then when it comes to being online, you definitely have an opportunity to communicate and support your customer. You can improve your customer service with greater flexibility, right? And you can communicate with your customers and get their feedback on your business. So gone are the days when you had to wait for someone to actually tell you that they liked your product. Now, for you as a business person, in the world that you are living in, you have to make sure that you give people great customer service, as and with that they're able to value your product and your business in what it does and become loyal to your business. So being online makes sure that you have an opportunity to communicate and support your customers. Someone can easily send you a text message inquiring about a product instead of them visiting your shop, and that is only possible if you're online. So we've already talked about digital marketing, what it entails, what are the benefits, and we've also had time to reflect on the opportunities that we think we can go ahead and maximize in our business. I want us to take a moment to understand the different channels that we have when it comes to digital marketing as well. All right, so some of these might be familiar to some of you and some of them might be a bit new, but for anyone who's been in constant training, then definitely they understand or they have an idea of some of these. Okay, so we have SEO, all right, that's search engine optimization. We have SEM, that's search engine marketing. We have SMM, that's social media marketing. Then we have display marketing, email marketing, and content marketing. So you can blend all these together when you're putting your strategy, and we'll be able to see that when we're actually creating our strategy and see which channels we can use to achieve, let's say, a certain goal. So we'll be able to see that in a few. But before then, I actually want us to take a minute or two to just discuss each channel and understand what it entails. So when we're talking about search engine optimization, when you're talking about optimizing, you can define it simply as rewriting, reviewing, or you can also call it updating. Okay, so optimizing your website so that it shows up more often in search engine results. That's what we call search engine optimization. So it's usually a process that takes time, but then it's definitely a channel that works, and you'll be able to see where exactly does it fall and where exactly can you use it, or which purpose does it suit best. Okay. Then we have search engine marketing. And search engine marketing, I'm sure most of us have actually heard of it or even tried it. That's when you pay for advertising to appear in search engine. And when you're talking about search engine, it's something as Google. So if I wanted to buy organic chili, and I went ahead and searched online on Google organic chili, anyone who's running an ad and they've used that as a term or a keyword that will actually bring up their ad, then I'll be able to see them as the website that I can go ahead and buy chili from them. Okay, so that is what we define as search engine marketing. Then we have SMM, that's social media marketing. This is basically the use of your social networks to gain traffic, attention, and to reach new people. So this could be through Instagram ads, Facebook ads, LinkedIn marketing. So that's what we refer to when you're talking about social media marketing. Then we have display marketing, and this is online advertising in many different formats on many websites across the internet. So with display marketing, I'm sure most of you've seen it. Maybe when you're on a certain website, then you're able to see an advertisement, or when you are on an app and then you see an advertisement. So that's what we refer to as display marketing. Then you have email marketing. So it's in the name. It's basically collecting and using the emails that you have collected, email addresses that you have collected as a business to communicate with the users. So this could be something as simple as they sign up for a newsletter, or you got their email when you actually sending them a delivery. Okay, so any email address that you've received, you use that to communicate to your customers, maybe telling them of your product or your service, or what exactly you're doing in your business. Okay, then we have content marketing. So this is creating and sharing different types of content, such as blog posts, videos, could be guides, infographics, just to attract their attention and to drive traffic. So that is what it entails when you're talking about digital marketing, and these are the common channels that will be used when it comes to digital marketing. So I want to pause here for a minute, see if we have any questions before I proceed. I do see we have quite some good engagement on chat, and Brian is very active, as I said. He's going to interact with you. So if you have any question, any concern, then make sure that you go ahead and you ask him on chat. So I don't see any questions at this particular time. So I'd like us to go ahead and maybe just take a deep dive into what exactly you need when you're thinking about creating your digital marketing plan. Okay, so when it comes to planning, I say if you have a plan for your life, if you have a plan for what you're going to do, even in your family, why don't you have a plan for your business? And when it comes to planning for your business, you also have to think about a digital marketing plan. All right, when you're talking about your business, it's not only getting the product and bringing it to the shop or having it available. How are people going to go ahead and know about your product or the service that you're offering? It's something worth thinking about. Yeah, so when it comes to a digital marketing plan, I want us to pay attention on the steps, all right, that we actually take so that you can go ahead and create your own marketing plan. So when it comes to creating your digital marketing plan, there are 6 steps that you will take. One being you have to set out your business goals and objectives. You also have to think about your budget and the resourcing that you're actually going to use. Then you think about your audience. Okay, very, very important, because those are the people who are actually going to receive your product or service. Then in turn, they give you the revenue that you need. Then you have to pick channels. Remember, when we were talking about the channels, I said we'll be able to see how each channel fits depending on the objective and the goal that you want to reach. And then at number 5, it's planning your activity. So once you have thought about all this, which action are you going to take to actually achieve the goal or the objective that you have set for your business? And then lastly, we'll talk about measuring. So just like each and everything, you're able to measure your sales, you're able to measure the success of something. Even when it comes to your marketing plan, you still need to go ahead and measure the success of marketing or the marketing efforts that you have actually gone ahead and invested in. So I want us to go ahead and just take each step and we'll be able to discuss it. So the first step that you're going to take a look at is your business goals and objectives. Okay. So when it comes to your business goals and objective, successful businesses are based on both goals and objectives. And you have to clarify the purpose of your business and identify the necessary actions that you actually need to take. And goals are generally statements of desired achievement, while your objectives are the specific steps or actions you take to reach your goal. Okay, so your goal is a general statement. It's a bit far reaching, but then the objective, it gives you the specific steps on or the actions that you're actually going to take to reach your goal. So we're going to take an example just to guide us and help us understand how exactly this plays out. Okay, so we have the example of Max, who is a hairdresser. Okay, for example. So for Max, and I know this will actually resonate with some of you because we have someone who owns actually a hairdressing business in this particular session as well. Okay, so you own a hairdressing business, and then the business goal that you have actually set for yourself is you want to get more customers through your door and to make people in your local area know more about the business, know that the business exists. Okay, so whenever you're starting a business, as I said, it's not just setting up your shop and having your products. People need to know that your business exists. Okay, so in Mark's case, his business goal is to get more customers through his door and make people in his local area know his business. All right, so let's go ahead and see how exactly this is going to play out, and also see the objectives or the examples of online objectives that Marx would consider in this particular case. And this would actually also work for each and every business. So please make sure that you note them down. As I say, this is a learning opportunity, so you're allowed to actually take time and note down some of these things. Okay, so when you're thinking about setting your objectives, you remember we say this is the how to, this is the steps. Okay, how are you going to actually achieve the goal that you have set for yourself? So here are a few examples of online objectives that Max could have to reach, could actually use to reach his business goals. Okay, so one could be to increase traffic to his website. Okay, the second objective that he could do is to increase online sales. Okay, the other objective could be to increase social media page likes and follows, and then lastly to increase online reach and awareness. So these are some of the examples that he could take. And remember, when you're talking about objectives and business goals, we say they work hand in hand, they are related. Okay, so online objectives are how you reach your business goals, and they should definitely align with your business goals naturally. Okay, so let's just see how this plays out. When you're talking about your online objectives, so you want to increase online reach and awareness. Okay, so with that, the goal would be people will definitely know of the business and they will be aware that you exist. Okay, when you choose the objective to increase website sales, you want to increase website sales, that means that you will definitely sell more products when people visit your website and they get to buy your product. Then if your objective is to increase social media page likes and follows for your customers, then definitely the goal would be you would be found by more people when they see you on social media. They get to discover you. Okay, and then the last objective would be if you when you increase traffic to your website, what do you get? Remember, they have to align, so you get more returning customers to the website, because once they come to the website, it's a one store, it's one house that has everything in regards to your business. Okay, so if I wanted to maybe visit your business or just get to know something for your business, I just go to your website directly. So when you're talking about your business objectives and your business goals, this is what you need to consider. All right. So we've already tackled the objectives and the business goals that Max would actually consider here. Let's take the next step, and the next step is budget and resource. When it comes to budget and resource, it's important for you to consider your budget and also what is in your reach. Okay, so when you think about your budget and the resources that you have, you think about what is possible for you as a business. What do you have right now? Okay, and you give yourself an honest statement about what your challenges are. So, for example, in this particular example, in the example that we have on screen of Mark's business, okay, so one of his objectives was to go ahead and drive traffic to his website. Okay, but then he doesn't have a website because he feels it's much of an investment right now. Okay, so if he doesn't have a website right now, that means he has gone through or he has clearly evaluated himself and the business. Okay, and he's seen what he has and what he doesn't have. So he feels it's much of an investment right now, meaning that he doesn't have the budget to do it right now. Neither does he have the resources to actually use right now. So this could be the case maybe for someone else who probably is out of the digital launchpad program. Okay, but then for the anyone who's on the digital launchpad program, you definitely have your website done for you. Okay, so if you have the website, then in this particular case, when you're talking about budget and resource, then what you would be thinking is how much are you willing to actually invest, let's say in a website to drive traffic to it, or what other tools are available for you to use. And we're actually going to see that in just a second. All right, I see Bonnie, you're saying please display your notes. I believe my notes are actually there, they can be seen. Kindly confirm. Let me just check on that. Give me just a second. Let me just confirm if you're not able to see it, because I can see it on my end. So let me just try and share it again, and then you let me know, Bonnie, if you're able to see it and if you're good. Okay, so there we go. Those are the notes that I have. Please let me know if you can see it. Bonnie, let me know if you can see it. That's where we are right now. Because probably it could be an issue with my network. Okay. Okay, so it's perfect now. Perfect now. Mike, yes, yes. All right, perfect, perfect. Thank you so much. Um, thank you for that, Bonnie, so that I don't leave anyone behind. Thank you for actually notifying me of that. Much better. All right, perfect, perfect. Thank you so much. So as I was saying, when it comes to budget and resource, you have to honestly review yourself and your business, okay, and where you are and what you can actually invest towards your business at that particular time. Okay, so in this case, we were just using the example of Max, who when they're evaluating their business, they say they don't have a website to drive traffic to because they feel it's too much of an investment. Okay, so that would be for someone who doesn't have a website. If you have a website, on the other hand, then what you would do is you would think about what budget can you probably now inject towards driving traffic to your website. Either you could pick Google ads if you want to do ads for your business. So that is the kind of thinking that you would have on this particular step, which is budget and resource. Okay, so step 3, as we said, is your audience. You have to think about your audience. Who are you marketing to? When it comes to your customer, who is your audience? Have you clearly segmented them, okay? And we had another session 2 weeks ago when we were talking about audience segmentation, okay? So you really need to think about who your target audience is, okay? And just an example so that you can also maybe think, reflect on your business, as I say, and think about who you're targeting. So for Max, as I said, and I say this relates to someone actually in this particular training who owns a salon as well. He would be targeting females in his local area, and my most valuable customers are females above 30 years old, and they normally have children and they work part-time, and most of them use Facebook. So when you own a salon, you're targeting people who, let's say, moms or female gender. That's majority of your target audience, all right? And the reason it's also good when you're understanding your audience, or when you're segmenting your audience, think about them even in the age group. So where are they in that particular age group? Are you targeting people who are between 18 to 30, let's say, for example? That's your target market. Or are you targeting, let's say, for example, if you have a business and it's somewhere close or near to a campus, okay, then when you think about your target audience, then those will be probably people between 18, those guys who joined campus, okay, between 18 to somewhere around 35, let's say, for example, okay. If your business deals with more with household items, for example, you sell to homes, to families, then your target audience will be anyone who has a home, has settled, has the ability to buy. Okay, so that will be, let's say, for example, I can use Bonnie's business. So you're selling chicken and chicken meat to people. So those are people who are in homes, they have families probably, and just more concerned about their family well-being and making sure that they have the right food in the house. So those would be people between, let's say, the age of 22, yeah, because at 22 someone has probably settled from campus. So let's say between 22, that's your target audience, to anyone who's above 22, maybe to 60 years, maybe they're about. Okay, so think about who you're targeting. And the reason as to why you need to think about who you're targeting is when you think about your digital marketing plan, this will be very, very important in the channel that you actually decide to use. Okay, so as you see in this particular example, after discovering or after segmenting the audience and understanding the audience that he has, he's able to tell that most of them use Facebook. Okay, so if most of them use Facebook, then that will be the channel that he's going to use social media marketing to go ahead and market their business. Okay, so that's what you need to consider when you're thinking about your audience as part of your plan. Then step four would be marketing channels, all right? And we'll see how this actually plays out. And the reason as why you really also need to think about your audience. When you're talking about marketing channels, so remember that not all marketing channels will suit your business goals, okay? So for different business goals, you'll have to select certain channels. And you have to consider which channels work best for you as well as a business, okay? And for you to select this, you now have to go back to step one. Okay, you use your online objectives to guide you in which channel will be perfect for you to use. Okay, so let's say the objective that you have gone ahead and selected for yourself is you want to increase online reach and awareness. Okay, you want people to know your business and what you do. So then the marketing channels that you would pick to achieve this particular objective that you have set for your business is you pick display. Display because when it comes to display marketing, you're able to reach people. All they need is to just see what your product is or what your service is, then they're definitely made aware of you. Okay, then the other channel you consider is social media, and then you also consider content marketing. Okay, then your online objective is you want to increase website sales. Okay, so with website sales you consider search engine marketing, and as we say, this is paid advertisement. So if I am looking specifically for, let's say, peanut butter, if I want to buy peanut butter, organic peanut butter specifically, that means it's something I want to buy. I have the intention to go ahead and purchase that particular item. Okay, so the perfect channel to use would be search engine marketing. You can also use a search engine optimization, and then you can also use email marketing. You let me know when you have a product in stock, if you're running an offer, then you just send me an email. I can see it and then I can buy it. Okay, then when you're thinking about increasing traffic to your website, then that you can with that you can also consider search engine marketing. If I see your ad, I click on it, traffic to your website directly. You can also consider search engine optimization, meaning your website comes up because it's most relevant to what exactly I'm searching for, maybe as a customer or a client online. And then you have email marketing. Okay, so you let me know of an offer that you're running, and you let me know where I can purchase it. I have to go to your website to make the purchase. Okay, so you're driving traffic to your website. Then the last objective is that we had set for this particular business is to increase customer loyalty. Okay, remember, you want to create a community of customers, and this will in turn actually be returning customers that will constantly keep buying from you because you have created that particular community. When it comes to community, it's very, very important to make sure you have social media. I don't know why most people neglect the power of social media. Okay, so you need to have a Facebook page, and with that Facebook page you go ahead and you create a community. The communities are the community are the number of people who follow you on Instagram or on Facebook, or those people who actually follow you, let's say even if it's on LinkedIn. Okay, so that's your community. And that community, because they've followed you or they've subscribed to your page, means they're loyal to you as a brand, right? And the marketing channels that you can actually use to actually grow that even more or make use of it is social media, email marketing, and content marketing as well. Okay, so this is very, very important and critical because we are going to see how this also plays out in step 5. So step 5 is for you to plan your activity. So you've already set out your objectives, you've already thought about the budget, you have the channel that you want to go ahead and use, you've already thought about your audience. So what activity are you going to actually use to make sure that you achieve the goal that you have set for your business? So let's take Mark's example, business as an example. All right, so the online objective is to reach more people in my local area and get more returning customers. And he's been honest to himself, I don't have a website right now because it's too much of an investment. Then how can I use digital to help me? Remember, we say digital marketing is the use of online tools, all online tools. All right, so if you don't have the capacity to use one for now, there's definitely maybe another alternative that could work for you. So how he could go ahead and approach this is, one, he could list his business on Google Business Profile. Okay, and on GPP, remember, as we've discussed before, it's a free opportunities, a free platform for you to go ahead and list your business. Okay, and with that it comes inbuilt so that whenever someone is searching online for your business, then you'll definitely be seen because you have gone ahead, you have a business listed. And then you also have to make sure that you optimize it so that you have all the information to match and be relevant to what someone is actually going to search online. Okay, and then with that, remember he said he doesn't have a website, but then within GPP you have an opportunity to create a free website. Okay, you can go ahead and create a free website for your business, and with that free website you'll be able to now maybe give more information on what your business does before you get the finances or the investment to build a professional website, for example. Okay, and then the other approach that he could take is set up a Facebook page. Okay, collect the reviews and post pictures of customers' hairstyles. Remember, this is a salon business, as I said. Okay, so when it comes to this and setting up the Facebook page, he's able to actually go ahead and identify Facebook because most of the people he is targeting are people who probably are a bit older, above 30 years, and maybe they might not be on Instagram as much, but then they are on Facebook a lot because that was the first platform probably they were introduced to. when social media started. Okay, so with that, he's able to open a Facebook page. This could be a Facebook business page as well. Okay, so it allows him to collect reviews and post pictures of customers' hairstyles. This could also be not just pictures. Remember, when it comes to the content that you're actually putting out, apart from consistency, making sure that you have a consistency in posting the content, then there's also diversity of the content that you're actually putting out. So with this, he can go ahead and maximize that as an alternative to still achieve his goal, which is to reach more people in his local area. Okay, and then lastly, another approach that he could take is to use the Facebook advertising to target people in his local area with an offer to attract new customers. Okay, so remember we said when it comes to social media marketing, it's all about paying for advertisement. So on Facebook, you have the I'm sure most of us have probably tried this. You have the opportunity to go ahead and create an ad on Facebook. So you can create an ad. It allows you to target the age probably that you want. You can specifically say you want to target specific locations, you want to target people within this certain age group. Okay, and then all the insights, all the clicks, all the engagement you're going to get will be from those specific people that you have set out to target. So with that, he's going to also put in something better so that he can attract people. Remember, his online goal is to reach more people. So he's not just going to advertise, but he's going to make sure that that advertisement has an offer on each running so that he can get more people interested to click and engage with him. Okay, so when it comes to planning your activity, you have to think about it strategically, as we have said using this particular example. So think about, what do you want to achieve? Okay, think about how are you going to achieve that, and think about who exactly are you going to reach out so that you can achieve it. Think about the channels, think about it bit by bit. So don't just pluck an idea out of thin air without thinking about it practically. How are you actually going to do it? And then the last step is, so you've done all this, you've gone ahead, you have set your online business goals and objectives, you've gone ahead, you've thought about budgeting and resourcing, how much you're willing to invest. Okay, and you've gone ahead and also you've thought about your audience. After audience, you've gone ahead, you've thought about the channels that are actually there, and guided by your objectives, you've identified the channels that you're actually going to use. After channels, you've gone ahead and you have identified and planned your activities strategically that you actually want to go ahead and take. So once you do that, then how exactly are you going to measure it? Okay, so measuring it is very, very important. And the reason as to why you measure things is so that you can tell if it's working or if it's not working. Because remember, even with this plan that you have set for yourself, it's not a rigid plan. Okay, so probably you might want to go ahead and increase sales right now, but then your objective maybe at a later time would be you want to reach new customers because you feel that the customers you have are not returning clients. So you want to attract new ones. Or even you might just want to go ahead and create customer loyalty. You want to have a community of people who can constantly buy from you instead of you trying to reach new customers. So you build that community that will continue giving to you as a business. So measurement is very, very important, so that even as you evaluate your business and the plan that you have set for yourself, because remember, when it comes to digital marketing, it's not rigid, it continually changes. And also, even the platforms, depending on which channel you're on, let's say for example in social media, things keep on changing, and then new things that you might have to introduce if you have chosen that as a channel. So how are you going to measure? How are you going to know if something is working? How are you going to tell if something is not working? Okay, so when it comes to measuring, we use the SMART formula or the SMART structure just to guide you so that you know what you use to measure. Okay, it's different if you just pluck ideas out of thin air and you don't have a structure that you're actually using. So when it comes to SMART, and I know some of us have had and seen this quite a lot, so when it comes to SMART, it's definitely specific. Okay, so when you think about specific, is what exactly do you want to achieve? So think about who, what, when, where, and how. So give your goal as much detail as and dot as possible. Okay, and then we have measurable. So how will you know your goals has been achieved? So what metrics are you using to show success? Okay, so if it's reach, are you looking to get a certain number of followers? All right, if it's content marketing, how many likes are you looking at? Maybe when you post a certain video, what exactly are you using? What metrics are you using to measure? Okay, so that is what you need to consider when thinking about measurable. Then when you think about achievable, okay, based on the objective that you have set for yourself, you have to think about the skills, time, and resources that you have. Okay, do you have the right skills? Do you have the time? And do you have the resources to turn this goal into a reality? Okay, so if you have set a goal or an objective to go ahead and increase sales, okay, do you have the skills to actually do that? Do you have the time, and do you have the resources to make it a reality? Okay, so that will guide you, so that if it's not achievable, then you'll have to rethink maybe the objective that you have set for yourself, or the goal, revise it, and then maybe start with something that is actually achievable to you as a business. Okay, then you have to be realistic as well. So the goals that you have set for yourself, are they likely to be achieved, or is it just a mere dream for you as a business? Okay, so with this you have to be real to yourself, and remember, even when you're talking about the steps that you actually follow, we talked about when it comes to budget and resourcing, you really have to think about your business and be true to yourself. Okay, so for example, if you don't have the amount, or you don't have a budget that you can actually go ahead and sustain maybe social media marketing, for example. All right, so but then you have a fantastic website that actually has everything. Okay, so you will think about search engine marketing as you work on your social media presence. Okay, if you don't, probably are not so much on because I know it's different for different businesses, and I've had certain SMEs actually tell me social media works best for me, and I feel that that is where I want to invest. So for example, if you have gone ahead and you have set a goal for yourself, you want to go ahead and reach more customers, you feel social media is the way that you're actually going to go ahead and market your product and your services. Be realistic. Is it achievable if you use social media? Let's say, how many followers do you have based on previous engagement? All right, based on previous engagement that you have received on any content that you have posted, are you able to use that to realistically project what you will achieve if you now go ahead and you put in the skills and the time and the resources to this particular channel that you have set for yourself? So make sure you're realistic, and that will help you even measure if your plan is really working. Okay, and then lastly, timely. Make sure that everything that you do is time bound. Okay, so when do you want to complete the goal by? For example, if you have set out to increase awareness and reach new customers, when do you expect that particular goal to be achieved so that you can move to the next one? Remember, I said you constantly evaluate. So when exactly will that be achieved? Okay, when do you plan to achieve that? And also, when do you want to complete that particular goal so that you can move to a certain one? So probably you would say, I'm going to go ahead and run this particular campaign within the next 3 months. Then from 3 months, I can now take maybe a new goal for my business, and then with that new goal, I can explore another channel to actually go ahead and advertise or grow my business using that particular channel. So have a time frame that you're working with. It's very, very important. Have a start and an end date in mind. Okay, and giving goals a date will ensure that you're also motivated and you're continuously moving forward. Okay, so you could go ahead and you're constantly, let's say you've gone ahead and you have created awareness and people actually know of your business. You could do that for a whole year. And then how about how much better would it be if you did that for like 6 months, okay? And the other 6 months you concentrated more on increasing your sales. Because again, you remember, all these goals that you have set for your business, they will come in hand and collectively improve your business. So make sure that you give each and every goal that you have set for yourself a target, and that will help you actually go ahead and measure the success of that that you have set for you. So we know what SMART goals are, okay? So let's see how exactly it would be if you were to set SMART objectives for your business, okay? So let's take a look at two types of objectives. So we have broad objectives, then we have SMART objectives, okay? So the objective would be, let's say, for example, to increase online sales, okay? However, to turn it to a SMART objective would be to increase online sales by 20%, all right, within 3 months. So you see the specification in terms of the percentage you're actually looking at, all right, and the duration that you're actually using to plan, okay? So now after these 3 months, you might decide, I want to now increase my sales to 50%, but then that will be guided by what you have achieved within these 3 months, okay? So think about that. Then when you're when you're also thinking about SMART objectives, you also have to make sure that you constantly evaluate, as I said, okay? So that's the most important thing about setting SMART objectives. When you give it a time frame, you will be able to evaluate it. So let's take a look at another example of a broad objective, okay? So to increase brand awareness, that is the broad objective that you have set for yourself. Make it a bit smart and say, I'm going to increase brand awareness on Facebook by growing my audience with new people, okay, by 40%. All right, so that is a much smarter objective that will actually help you measure the success of the digital marketing plan or effort that you've actually created for your business. Remember, with all the tools, all the online digital tools that we have, there's a way for you to see and to measure and tell, for example, if you have new followers, you're able to tell how many new followers you've had, because each tool has an analytics aspect to it, okay? So we have Facebook analytics, and also we have Instagram insight. So you're able to tell how many new followers you have, how many new people have actually gone ahead and interacted with your social media page. And then with that, you can go ahead and set another SMART goal for the next objective that you're setting for your business. So also, when it comes to your digital marketing plan, now we are going to just see how exactly Mark's plan would look after considering all the things that we have mentioned, okay? So let's take a look at what his digital marketing plan would look like. So remember, we said the first step is your business goal. Okay, so his goal would be to reach more people in his local area and get more customers through his door. That's the goal that he has set for his business, right? So audience is the second step when you're creating your digital marketing plan. So with this, he would definitely segment his audience, and as we said, you can use gender, age, location to actually segment your audience. You also use their likes, what they like, okay, what common features do they have, right? So his audience are female, okay, because it's a salon. 39 to 45, that's the age group he's looking at, and he's looking at his local area as the location that's where his audience is, okay. And then audience also consists of past customers that he's actually gotten maybe through previous interactions. And then the channel that he selected is one, local SEO. So remember, we said he's going to use his Google business profile. Through that, he's going to list his business, put information on what his business does, and also create a free website on his Google business profile. And then he's also going to use Facebook as another channel, and that's social media marketing. All right, so that's social media. Okay, so that's social media, and with that, he's going to go ahead and also now in the activity part, which is the next step, he will build a website on the Google business profile to boost visibility on Google, and then he will use Facebook advertising to target people in his local area. Okay, so he already has an activity planned out. Then step number 5 was online objective. Okay, so his objective is to increase online reach, all right, and then increase returning customers. Okay, so he wants to reach new and still retain the customers that he's gotten before. Then his smart objective that he has set for his business would be to increase Facebook page likes from new people by 50% within the next month, and increase bookings from past customers by 20% in the next quarter. All right. So that's more specific, it's measurable, it's attainable, realistic, and time bound for him. All right. So with that, he's able to measure the success of the plan that he has actually gone ahead and set for his business, and he can actually tell if it's successful. He's able to go ahead and see what changes need to be made, and also see identify which other opportunities he can also take advantage of through this. So these, ladies and gentlemen, is the importance of making sure that you have a digital marketing plan. All right, it's the importance for you also, it's also important for you as a business to understand what digital marketing is and what a plan is, so that whenever you're thinking about your business, I know each and every one of us, you have a desire to go ahead and grow your business. You know what you need to do. Okay, you know what can be done, you know where you stand, and also you know what channels to take advantage of. So, ladies and gentlemen, do go ahead and take note of this particular plan that we have set, so that even as you're engaging your digital marketing specialist, you are able to have an understanding when they're actually telling you this is where we're at, this is where we're going, this is what we are looking at. It's easy for you to actually work towards that goal with that particular person who's helping you out once you understand this, even for your business as you grow. Okay, because I know some of us, we work in teams. All right, so if you work in a team, there will come a time when probably your business is running and you have so many things that you need to do. But then, if you have an understanding of what exactly this looks like, it will be easy for you, even as a business owner, to delegate. And also, even as you're delegating, you understand what that person needs to do. Okay, you can hold them accountable to make sure that you actually achieve what your business intends to achieve at the end of it all. So this is what a digital marketing plan looks like. And I want us to pause there for today. And I'm going to just take any questions that we have right now. Anyone who has a question? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take this session as an introduction section, as I said. Okay, so this is more of introduction. I want you to take time and reflect on what we have discussed. Okay, if you have any questions or concern, you can definitely go ahead and reach out to us, reach out to your digital marketing specialist for clarification, maybe on anything. And then the next time we are having a digital marketing plan session, we're going to take a look at how you can harness the power of digital advertising. So we are going to go deeper into SEO, all right, and SEM. We are going to see what that looks like practically, have a sessions where we can explain it. Once now you have a plan for yourself, then you can see how exactly that channel works, and you can take advantage of it. So at this particular point, I want to thank each and every one of you for making time to be part of us. And as I wait for anyone who's going to share, anyone who has a question, okay? Anyone who has a question, please do go ahead and ask. I'm just going to pause here for a minute, so you can ask a question if you have one. If you don't have a question, you can go ahead and you can also, share compliments. That's also welcome. Yeah, so share that as well. And as I mentioned before, we have Google Hustle Academy. Okay, so Hustle Academy is, as I said, it's a 1 week boot camp that will allow you to learn more on what each and every business needs. Okay, so when it comes to it, all you need to do is to register, and my moderator had shared the link before. So please go ahead and click that link and register for the Google Hustle Academy Bootcamp. It's a 1 week training, intensive training that each and every SME needs to be set up for success. Make sure you go ahead and you sign up so that you can be part of the next cohort. All right. So the next step, as we have discussed, we've already gone through the introduction part. I like to say go ahead and evaluate yourself and your business and what you're doing right now and identify what needs to be done. Okay. And then apart from that, add knowledge onto that. All right. So we have I learned with Google platform, that's Google Digital Garage. So make sure that you go ahead, you can take up courses and learn more on what we have discussed and what we will continually discuss in this particular training. Build on knowledge, okay? Knowledge is useful and knowledge is power. So make sure that you go ahead and you actually learn. So go ahead and learn using the Google Digital Garage. My moderator is going to go ahead and share the link with you on chat. And as well, please make sure that you follow us on social media so that we're able to give you more information. If we have tools developed, remember Google always has you as an SME at the back of their mind when they're developing tools. If you have different tools that we are introducing, we'd love to get you to try them out and use them for your business. So make sure that you go ahead and you follow us on social media. We are on Twitter, we are on Facebook, and we are on Instagram as well. Would love to hear from you as well on this particular session. What is your feedback? What do you think about this particular session that we've had? The introduction into digital marketing, the steps of making a digital marketing plan. Go ahead and share your feedback with us. My moderator is going to share the link with you on chat so that you can share your feedback. And once again, I want to appreciate each and every one of you who's made time to be part of this training. I do appreciate all of you. Alice, we have Stephanie, we have Bonnie, Elijah, Mike. Let me see who else. Elijah. Yes, we have Edwin, Isaac, Anne, and Stephanie. Yes, I think I've gone almost through the entire list, but if I have not called out your name, I do appreciate you. Thank you so much for making time to be part of this particular session. Please do go ahead and share your feedback with us using the link we have on chat. We're just going to give you 2 minutes or 3 minutes to share your feedback with us, and then we'll see you on the next session. So the next session, when we are talking about your digital marketing plan, as I said, we're going to go into a practical session so that we can discuss more about SEO and SEM. So make sure you do not miss it, and see you next Friday when we have our next session. Thank you so much all for being here. Enjoy the rest of your day and stay safe and stay warm. Bye bye.